I was working peacefully with AdMob and Google Play. Everything was great, everything was going well. You had downloads, traffic started coming in, and revenue was flowing. Suddenly, downloads are growing, but impressions drop to zero, and revenue is at zero. Match rate is close to zero. What's going on? Should you panic? Yes, you should panic because there are no financial resources at all, but don't panic too much. Now we'll explain what's going on. Quickly and to the point. Make my earnings great again. Hi, I'm Oleg. You all know me. Today I made the decision to answer the questions that most frequently come from our community on Telegram and Reddit and provide some insight. Links in description. So the first most common question. I was working with AdMob, everything was going well. For 2 to 3 weeks, downloads were coming in. I reached 1,000, then 2,000, then 5,000 impressions per day. And then suddenly, all my impressions just suddenly disappeared and my earnings dropped to 0 or 1 cent. What's going on? Who's to blame? And what should I do? In this case, there are two options. One simple and sad, like life without monetization. Begin with the simple one. You simply violated Google's policies. Sad, yes, but it's not the end of the world. So what should you do? First, go to the policy center. Second, check for policy violations there. In most cases, you'll likely find something. So we carefully look at the issue, thoroughly fix something, upload the updated version, and submit an appeal right there in the policy center. If you did everything correctly, your ads will resume showing in a few days. Now the hard choice, sad one. You've been flagged for a Google traffic investigation. At that point, ads literally just simply stop showing for you. AdMob somehow in some way starts investigating your users. How this remains behind the scenes in the background, I honestly can't tell you. Yep, Google definitely suspects you're messing with traffic. We can't prove it, so they'll keep you on a starvation diet for a while and investigate. This usually typically lasts 2 to 3 weeks, but if you think you just have to endure those 2-3 weeks and that's it, unfortunately that's not the case. One of our partners had a case where they were hit with 4 probes in 3 months. Traffic investigation. In other words, over 1 quarter, 91 days, Google ads were shown for only 6 days. 6 out of 91 is about 7-8%. What does that mean? It means you're not making any money at all. How can you avoid this? Honestly, well, no way. But you can work around it. How? Very simple. You need to set up a third-party mediation service. What does that do? If you're mediating through third-party platforms, then a Google freeze won't be critical. You'll simply basically serve ads from other sources. If AdMob freezes you, other networks will still show ads. Yes, money will keep coming in. With well-set mediation, AdMob only accounts for a quarter of the impressions. If frozen, even that quarter will be taken over by other networks. So if AdMob freezes you, other networks still serve ads, the money keeps coming in, no need to panic. Second question, I connected Facebook to AdMob mediation, but I'm not getting any impressions. There are 2 possible answers. The simple answer is that you haven't fully connected to Facebook yet. To serve ads from Meta, you need to set up a Meta Business Manager, configure your Apple ID, and set up the placement ID. Make sure everything is absolutely properly connected in Facebook. This is very important. If you're interested, leave a comment and we'll make a separate video guide on how to connect certain networks to AdMob. Nevertheless, after that, we need to insert all your keys into AdMob mediation and check everything in debug mode to see if ads are showing and if all is well. If everything is working fine, then ads from third-party networks will start showing. Again, the second less favorable option, which we also shouldn't forget, is that AdMob mediates somewhat in its own favor. And in AdMob mediation, 80–90% of impressions will still go to AdMob. But we also have a separate video about that. Third question, what we did for Meta, for Facebook, we certainly need to do for each one. This is indeed very important for every ad network we connect. I recommend connecting 10–15 of them in mediation. It's important. So the next question, which networks do you recommend adding to a game or app? It's simple. The list is quite long, so I won't actually take up your time. I'll prepare a very detailed post and publish it on my Telegram and on our Reddit channel very soon. You can find the links right below the description of this video. In that post, I described in detail the nuances of each network, when and for which platforms you should connect a particular network. Grab it, read it, you won't regret it. Let's get back to our Facebook topic. I linked Facebook with mediation. Who's going to pay me? Facebook, which is Meta, or Google, which is AdMob? The answer is simple. Mediation is not accounting. Mediation, in essence, simply determines who won. It says, Facebook won this time. Accordingly, it clearly shows Facebook's ad. Money is paid to you by them. To receive it, you need to register with Meta, create a payment profile there, go through verification and submit the contract, a public offer, to the bank. You need to do this for every ad network you connect. If you'd like, we can record a guide for you on how to connect. Just write "guide" in the comments if you need it. A wall hack for the lazy, want everything at once? Connect through Cast AI, see all your payouts in one place, one transaction. Want your money in 5 days? Easy, we can do that. Want it in crypto? That's possible too. Cast AI is definitely the optimal solution. Probably one of the most common questions is, how do I know if my CPM is good or not? And what should I compare it to? Where do I look at the metrics? You could look at CPM forever, but on its own, it doesn't mean much without additional metrics. You always need to look at your user's geolocation and the ad format. It's also essential to look at the platform. What affects it? User geo, ad type, seasonality, and whether mediation is in place. We check the current figures either on the platform's websites. You can search for it. Some of it is available on AdMob, some on Deal. Basically, it can be found. The easiest way is to check our Telegram channel. We publish up-to-date information weekly on the average CPM for the 3 main formats across all countries. Guys, check out the channel. Gather useful info. Don't waste your money and nerves on guesswork. Set up mediation wisely, stay focused on traffic quality, and don't break the rules. Everything will work out for you.